What's up, and welcome to our podcast, Toast to Tea.
We're two friends that love the world of celebrity and pop culture and talking about it with you.
To join our world of celebrity, make sure to rate, like, and subscribe to our podcast. Now hit it.
It's about that time.
Wait, where's the Chris Cam?
To say cheers to our world of celebrity.
1000%.
They're back together, and it feels just right.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya.
Raise your glass.
I'm Maddison Hill.
And I'm Courtney Revolution.
Because it's our moment to
Toast to tea.
Courtney, hello. You guys know it's good when we start off giggling.
We just already started.
Already starting off giggling. You know that's going to be a good episode.
You guys, why Maddison was talking about Chili's mozzarella sticks being all over her feet.
Community, I need you to tell Courtney I am not crazy. Are you not seeing people everywhere try Chili's mozzarella sticks? Courtney, it's like the rest of America. Obviously, we grew up on Chili's. We grew up on Applebee's. We are no strangers to an appetizer sampler. You know what I mean? That's the best thing on a menu. But it's like the rest of the world is just now finding out. Gen Z is just now awakening to an appetizer sampler. And it's like, we've been doing this since 2002. Grow up. We've all known Chili's has good mozzarella sticks.
Here's the thing. I don't understand people that don't enjoy Chili's or don't enjoy it because obviously like what you like, but people, have you ever met someone that is like anti like Chili's, Olive Garden?
Yes.
They only like things like restaurants like above that level. Y'all, when I tell you, I will go to Olive Garden any damn day of the week and get me a chicken parm and live my best life with a pasta fajoule on the side. And also Miss Red Robin. I love Friendly's, Longhorn, Outback, Blooming Onion.
Oh, I live for Outback. They used to have, I don't know if it's still the same, but their kids' mac and cheese. It used to be a homemade mac and cheese. I was obsessed with that. And their salad, their ranch, it was like a spicy ranch. Oh, I mean, I've been eating ranch since I came out of the womb, basically. But I can attest, Outback Ranch, bar none. Bar none. And
I don't think I've ever had that.
Outback's really elevated their cocktail menu too. Papa Hill and I, when we were doing when my parents were moving to California and we drove, we went to an Outback to like get a drink just to decompress. We were with our dogs. My mom was like, I'm staying in the hotel. You guys go get a cocktail, go get the hooch. So we were going and they have like a whole boomerita sampler. And it's like a margarita sampler that they serve on a boomerang. Okay? Don't talk trash about Outback.
I want that.
Oh, Courtney, it was
a margarita
delicious.
and a boomerang. It's given like, Straya and margarita.
It was so good. They had like a watermelon flavor, an original flavor, a mango flavor. It was amazing. It was so good.
I got to get back to Outback. I haven't been to Outback in like 5 or 6 years, and I only went to get the Blooming Onion.
It was delicious. Even though my dad did have a cringy moment, he was like, it was later, and they were getting ready to wind down, and he sees the boomerita sampler, and I just see his little eyes perk up, and he's like, so he asked the bartender, he's like, are these hard to make? Because it was towards the end of the night, and the bartender was like, honestly, yeah. My dad's like, okay, I'll take one. I was like, no, you are the worst. You're tipping this man double. But he did leave him a good tip, but it was so funny. He's like, I just don't know when we're going to be at an Outback again. I need to get the boomerita sampler. I'm like, honestly, I get it. And it was 12 out of 10. So I'm happy the man. Oh, delicious.
That was like when Netflix had the Squid Game, the challenge, like little pop-up thing, and me and Mike went, and they had like a drink flight. Yum. And it was like 5 drinks, like 5 full drinks. And if I were there by myself or with anyone else, I'm not thinking to get the flight. Right. Immediately Mike was like, okay, so we're getting the flight.
Well, yeah, because he's the mixologist. He's
exactly.
Like, you have to try everything.
And Maddison, let me tell you, we had such a good time that night after those drinks, girl. Shout out to you, Netflix. You did your big one on the Squid Game challenge pop-up. You did. That was probably one of the best things they did.
I live for a flight. I love because, and that's why even, anyone who goes out to eat with me, I love to share because I want to try as many things as possible. Courtney knows this. I'm always like, can we share multiple things at once?
We have to go to Green Bar Distillery, Tequila Distillery. I've been there. Are you trying to kill me? You've been there before, right?
Grain Bar? I don't think so.
Okay, I'm about to blow your mind. You want to know the first time I went to Green Bar? Where was you? because it was the first time Hollyscoop ever did like a let's celebrate something something, and you weren't
Yes,
there.
I was
We
out
got
of
the
town.
party bus,
Yes,
and
that was
that's
the
where it took us.
craziest too. Okay, that was a crazy party. I remember hearing about that, and I was out of town.
Girl, they was on the scripper pole. They was, I was like, you know me. I was like, I was very much giving Nene towards Candy's adult toy business. Like, girl, I was like,
Mm-mm.
what is going on? Like, girl, we are coworkers. But Green Bar's fun, and we had just went there for a Snapchat event. We got
Okay,
to go there. Let's get
we
like a
need to go.
go.
Yes, I'm so down for that. And I will say, there was obviously some downfalls to our old job towards the end.
Yes.
But before that happened and before new people took over, like the parties that we would have were really fun.
I agree.
I
I
had
think
fun at least.
there were things about Hollyscoop in the beginning that were very homemade,
Yes.
right? Everything
Yes.
about it was very homemade, and it never came across that way to the audience. But behind
No.
the scenes, it was always very like, "All right, y'all, let's get it together. Leo, you get the lights. Dave, you get the computer.
was
Like,
like-
Courtney, Maddison, print out the script." Like, it was very
like,
like,
if you want that, you buy it with your own money. And which is
Yeah.
fine. I mean, we were happy to do it because we are passionate about it. But no, it's so true. But I will say, whenever they did throw a party for us, like the beach days were fun. We had a fun Christmas party one year at the highlight room, and they bought us bottle service. Like it was a
I was not
you.
there for
That was right
Sheesh.
before you got hired. Right before she who shall not be named brought us together, who tried to ruin my life. But it's fine.
Not this.
The one good
Not
thing
her.
that girlie did. We both
That's
know.
so weird. You guys, isn't it so weird that one person hired me and that
Mhm.
person didn't like Maddison, but then she immediately was fired like the next day after
She
I came in for my first day, and we never saw
hated
her
me.
ever again. That's
Never
crazy.
again.
It was
Never again.
destiny. We
It really
thank
was.
her. We
And
thank
honestly,
her.
we do. That was the same girl who tried to get Courtney to be like, say that you hate Taylor Swift. And
Oh
Courtney and I
yeah,
were like,
no. I was like, no.
oh, so sorry. We actually both love Taylor Swift. And then we became best friends. So she's no longer in the picture, but then we met each other. So it worked.
A blessing, a silver
A
lining in the
blessing.
cloud.
Truly. Also, Courtney, speaking about two people who just kill it,
Oof.
on camera, two friends. Really quick, can we, before we get into the tea, Simple Life reboot?
Maddison, I am so. How can I be involved?
I know. I'll do whatever.
love Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie, and I love The Simple Life. I have the seasons on DVD. Like, it's really gross. I'm so excited. Madison, I really need to say this. Shout out to is this gonna go on Peacock?
Mhm.
Right? That's what I saw, right?
Right.
Peacock is one of them ones. They have all like my favorite stuff on there.
Peacock is 1-2-1-2 with the hits.
You saw they just updated their library, right? With like the
Yes.
old stuff?
Yes, and I feel like at first when Peacock came on the scene, everyone was rolling their eyes. We don't need another streaming service. This makes no sense. Yada, yada,
Yes.
yada, yada. I got it because I love The Office and Parks and Rec. That was like the first reason I got it. But then once they started putting Bravo on there, and now they're rebooting and putting all the old shows on there, I'm like, I'm sorry, you guys. Peacock is where it's at.
Hold on, Madison. Let me drag you real quick. Did you start watching them Ultimate Girls Trip seasons on the goddamn Peacock yet? Because I remember that sticks out in my brain as being like so confused as to how we love Housewives, but you don't watch the Ultimate Girls Trips. Not all of them. Not all of them are good. You don't have to watch all of them, Madison, but watch the first two. I think it's like 5 of them. The first 2 are the best ones. The one,
that
the
with
original one with Kyle
Melissa?
and Kenya.
Okay.
Yes. With Melissa, Teresa, Kenya, and Cynthia, blah, blah, blah. And the second one that has like Eva, Phaedra, and like
Ooh.
Dorinda. Those 2 are like
Wait, did
quintessential.
Phaedra and Dorinda go together?
They're like friends.
I know. So they're Phaedra and Dorinda are on the same trip.
Yes. It's like Phaedra, Dorinda, Eva, the OC one with the face.
Oh, Tamara,
Tamara's on it, but the other one, the main one.
Vicky.
Vicky, yes. Vicky's there. That's a really
With the
that's called
face.
that's called the Ex-Wives Club. And they
Okay.
were gonna give them, they did film a season 2 of it, but then that was the one that had like the Caroline stuff on it or something like
With
that.
Brandy
Yeah.
Glanville.
And
That's too
so
bad.
it ended on a bad note because the last
Because
one was the New York reboot, and it was
Dorinda and Phaedra in the same trip sounds like my ideal.
It's
I
it's
love-
fun.
I love Phaedra because she just absolutely obliterates people to their face, and the way she says it, people do not even know they're getting obliterated. They're like, "Thank you
That's
for dragging
true
me,"
shade.
and I live for it. And Dorinda, and I know people think her drinking is low key problematic, but
I think Dorinda's doing Traders.
she should. She's so
I
funny.
think she is.
So funny to me. I just watched also, I saw an old clip of New York when she's like hammered in the Bronx being like, clap. And I'm like, imagine if being hammered in an Italian restaurant in the Bronx, just causing a scene and then getting up and just being like, okay, bye. Like,
And getting paid.
She's nuts.
Oh.
And just being hammered at noon, like, it's great. What a great
Madison,
time.
we have to start our BravoCon funds right
Yes.
now. We got a year.
Yes. Oh, yeah,
We
that's
got a
right.
year.
Because they're waiting.
They're waiting.
It's going to be in Vegas, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Bravo should just invite us because we're fun and we love
Girl,
Bravo.
honestly, I listen. I'll take it.
Mhm.
I'll come.
And I'm just saying, we have been, promoting the Valley left, right, up, and down. So.
Something About Her opens next week.
I know, we got to go get a sandwich. Which, by
Ariana
the
and Julia coming.
way, did you watch the first part of the reunion?
I turned it on and I stopped right as Lala was reading the text messages or something like that.
Okay, keep
She
going.
was talking. Yeah. Okay.
I watched. I haven't finished it yet, but I did watch the Valley first, which should tell
Stop,
everyone
because that's
all that
what
they
I
need to
said.
know.
I said I should have watched the Valley. I had the one solid hour before this recording, and I was like, do I watch the reunion or do I watch the Valley? And I was like, I might watch the reunion, so let me go ahead and.
And I watched the. No, you know what? I will say too, when you watch the Valley this week, I feel for Jesse. So Jesse, obviously, we know he's kind of low-key problematic because he has a big ego. People don't like him, but I feel bad for him. And you know what? He's a dick, but he knows it and he owns it, which I appreciate. So
That makes
they're
a
like
good reality star.
They're going to a cabin, and you are gonna laugh because this quote is just really spoke to me, Maddison Hill. He says something.
Boy.
People are making fun of him because he brought a champagne suitcase. So a champagne filled with a suitcase filled with shams.
Oh, well, that's very
wine.
you.
He's
looking out for the group.
And he said in his confessional, he was like, all the time, these people will be like, the house is full, the house is stocked with groceries. And he's like, your groceries are not my something Bordeaux, my level of Bordeaux. And I was like, I know that
He's
Jesse
right.
is a huge douche, but I appreciate him because he's bringing the good stuff to the party. So that's really who you should be friends with.
Well, they're coming back, all of them.
Good.
For the second season, all of them are coming back, and that's
I'm
good
worried
news
about.
to me.
I'm worried about his new girlfriend. I sent Courtney this on Instagram. His new girlfriend, you guys know, I've been talking about her the past few weeks. Obviously, Michelle's moved on, Jesse's moved on, but his new girlfriend, I was right to be suspicious. She's tried out for Real Housewives of Orange County, allegedly, 3 times and hasn't gotten on the show. And now she's cozying up to Jesse. So I'm just saying. I gotta protect a fellow Shams lover.
I know.
I have to.
I hope she's a good girl, but we can't ignore the facts. Allegedly.
We can't ignore the facts.
The alleged facts.
The alleged facts that I saw on an Instagram meme that I sent to Courtney immediately.
Period.
Okay, Courtney, let's go ahead and get into the tea.
Okay.
We got our coffee.
I got coffee and my little water in case I need her.
I know, my water's, I'm seeing her way across the room and I'm like, oh snap. That's okay. It's fine. We're going to be good. First off, Courtney, can we please talk about, and I'm so happy that this is on the docket because I was just talking about this with my mom and sister too, Miss Kelly Clarkson making all the headlines for finally admitting that she took a weight loss medication. And I think it was an accidental reveal, but I'll take it. So she was recently interviewing Whoopi Goldberg on her talk show. Whoopi is very open about the fact she's on Manjaro, she's lost a lot of weight, she's never hidden that. Well, while talking to Whoopi Goldberg, Kelly revealed that she also took a weight loss medication, but she said it's not Ozempic. Kelly said, quote, I'm doing that wonderful shot that works for folks who need some help, and it's been really good for me. Mine is a different one than people assume, but I ended up having to do that too because my blood work got so bad. My doctor chased me for 2 years, and I was like, no, I'm afraid of it. I already have thyroid problems. Everyone thinks it's Ozempic, but it's not. It's something else. She also said that the medicine like helps her process sugar better, which let me tell you, that's what Ozempic does. She might not be on the label Ozempic, but she's on some form of a semaglutide,
Like, why she
Manjaro.
said mine is different, a different one than people assume, but I ended up having to do that too. So you did Ozempic.
It's all the same formula. All that stuff for
See,
people who
girl, just say it.
exactly for people who are not deep into this, which I am because I find it fascinating. All of those medications do the same thing. What Ozempic does is just a prescription level of what a semaglutide does, which is what you're seeing peddled on the internet, what these med clinics or like where you go get Botox, they're doing semaglutides now. Like
I've
it
seen.
all does the same thing where it regulates your blood sugar, it makes you less full, or it makes you more full. They all do the same thing. And it's irritating me that she's like, it's not Ozempic, but it's basically Ozempic.
Yeah. Is it healthy? What your dad say?
So Papa Hill says that as long as you do it on a lower dose and do it more consistently, because a lot of times people will like up the dose quicker so they lose a bunch of weight, which is when they
It's
lose
like
their
a
muscle
needle?
mass. So you can do oral, like you can take it through a pill or through a shot.
Oh, okay.
So you can do either one. But he's more so, we don't know the long-term effects. A lot of these people are going to have to be on it forever. And if you're looking at it to replace making changes to your life, aka exercising, eating better, it's not going to do anything for you.
You gotta go to the
because
gym.
as soon as you're done, it's going to come back. And also too, if you lose weight really fast, that's when you get like that like Ozempic face that people are talking about where they look old,
Girl.
the saggy skin. I love Real Housewives of New Jersey, but
Or when you have
those
a
girlies.
very thin body and you still got a large head.
Yes.
No shade.
Yes.
And I
So
won't name names, but I'm thinking a very specific person in mind.
I know you are.
Just gonna leave that.
But my thing is, I just wish she would have been open and honest about it from the get because she has lost a lot of weight. And when people were asking her about it initially, she was like, I've just been going on walks. I've been eating better. And you know, that is my one thing. I don't care what you do to your body.
Yeah.
Just be honest about it so people know
upfront.
what's attainable and what's not.
And that's what it's about, Maddison. Letting people know like what's attainable, because you know how many of these like Instagram fitness gurus get up there and they say that they can get, you know, these big huge muscles, but like they also don't reveal that they're doing like a cycle of steroids, and
Right.
that's a pretty key point there, you know. So
Exactly.
I agree the transparency is important and valued.
That's my biggest thing. Same with plastic surgery. I don't care if you want plastic surgery. Have
Same.
at it. If I had the funds, I've said this 1,000 times and I'll say it again, I would get liposuction on my knees. I have chunky kneecaps. If I had the money, I would do it.
Madison.
I don't care what people do, but just be honest about it. And the moment
Not
I have
the
the money, I'll be
kneecaps,
honest. I can't wait. I'll take you guys along with the journey. Oh my God, I'd be like, here we are. We're at the doctor. We're getting our liposuction. I'm going under.
I did not know you felt this way about your knees.
Oh, my kneecap. Oh, chunky knees. And it really bothers me. Holly knows.
Really?
Holly knows about my kneecap insecurity. Oh, absolutely.
I never knew this.
Oh, if I could do one
How do you
cosmetic procedure
liposuction your knees,
tomorrow,
Madison?
I would
Is that a thing?
liposuction my knees. I feel like you could pay for anything. We're in LA. Any procedure has to be possible. I've actually not quite looked into it, but I feel like what's the difference between them liposuctioning the fat around my knee than anywhere else?
Madison, you funny as hell.
I'm just saying. And
I didn't know this.
Oh yeah, no, big. You don't remember when someone made a troll account for us from Hollyscoop? They were taking photos of my chunky kneecaps, which I had that insecurity before that. But oh yeah, when someone was trolling us and they were like posting photos of my kneecaps, and I was like, no, I already know. This would be hurtful.
I did not remember this.
Yes, I was like, this would be hurtful if I didn't know I had chunky kneecaps. I might be offended by this, but I already know this about myself, so it's fine.
Wow.
Yeah, you learned something.
Don't be insecure about your knees. I'm sure they're cute knees.
They're cute, but they're just fluffy. And not a cute way. You know what
Madison,
I mean?
I support you sucking the fat out of your knees.
Thank
I
you.
support you.
And
if it will
like
make
I said,
you happy.
I will not be like Kelly. I will not tell y'all that I jumped rope and got skinny knees. I'll be honest. Got the lipo in the knees. So everyone can rest assured.
Please. Silly.
Okay, Courtney. Moving on from my kneecaps. Sorry, we spent way too much time on that. Shout out to Kelly Clarkson for at least finally owning up to her
A little bit.
use, slightly, kind of, not really. Can we talk about a man who I've once felt passionate about, but now I don't know? Clay from Love Is Blind. He
Not
has a new woman in his life.
Sure does.
Selena Powell. In a video that they posted to social media, the caption reads, "Life lately." So they're kissing in a video. Kind of feels like something's going on.
Romantic.
Which, for people who forgot, Clay was the one who was with AD, which we love AD.
AD was at the Circle Rap party and I missed her.
Are you serious? Now,
Yeah, like a bunch
she
of
is
people from
someone
Love Is Blind were there at the party
who
and I just completely missed them.
I'm obsessed with. I'm obsessed with her mom. I'm obsessed with her sisters. I'm obsessed with her family, which we're going to talk about the mom in just a little bit. But I am obsessed with her. And I wanted her and Clay to get together so bad.
But she dodged
So
a bullet.
bad.
She dodged
Well,
a bullet.
now I think we know that for sure. But so Clay in a new relationship, allegedly, seemingly. And Clay's mother had some words about his recent choices. So his own mom is saying this. You guys, for a second, when Courtney put this in the rundown initially, I was like, oh, did he accidentally copy and paste something that he was trying to tell a friend? But no, this is Clay's own mother who said this. "Happy new day. First, my number one rule for folks following me on social media, don't send me any inappropriate videos. I'm not going to call you out, however you know who you are. Second, I didn't know who CP was until everyone started sending me her YouTube information. It's very interesting that some men will lose everything thinking that the apple is good. But it's a forbidden choice. Do better." The deceiver uses old tricks to attack and destroy. Clayton Alexander, you know Jesus will allow things to occur. He's still trying to get your attention. Please surrender to him. In closing, I pray that everyone reading this gives the same attention to other things that matter, like helping support your local food banks, a philanthropist, and volunteer in your local communities. Tap the link in my bio. I pray that everyone has a wonderful day on purpose. Signed, Straight Shooter.
Your own mother.
Your own mother. I'm speechless.
Wake up, Clay.
Which I loved Clay's mom too. Remember how she got his dad together at the end of Love Is Blind?
Absolutely. She said, "You're just like him. Wake up. Let Jesus into your life, damn it."
I was shook. I read it like 3 times before we started recording because I was just like, imagine your own mom blasting you on social media.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Listen, he not gonna listen no other way, maybe.
AD's mom would never. AD's mom would be like, I'm going to get you together privately. I'm not going to blast you on social media. It's crazy.
She's tired of the nonsense.
I
So
kind of
support
live
it.
for it though.
I support it. Because,
agree.
girl, this is not a good look. It's not.
What do you think? Yeah, I was going to say, do you think they have any long-term potential? It feels
Absolutely
just like
not.
Okay, it's like a clout relationship.
She was like she's like almost kind of like a young sweet Ro. Like, like.
What a comparison.
Right? They're in the same kind of.
In the same
Listen,
tier.
I remember. This is such a Hollyscoop.
I know.
Episode,
I'm so sorry. For everyone who's been with us for a while,
y'all.
you'll get this.
I remember being on the show, and there's like, I think I might have archived the clip on my Instagram, but there was like a clip of me and Devin, and I was saying we needed like a show called Women in the Wings. And I think I had named Selena Powell as one of the women in the wings.
Oh my God, you manifested this.
So like, but like, girl, Women in the Wings, girl, you needed to be dating somebody like a LeBron James, like a, not Clay. Yes, body off Love Is Blind. Body T, looking good.
Well, he is very.
You saw that and said, "That's who I want."
He is very
animated,
surface and animated, and surface and just. I don't know. I'm happy that his mom called him out personally because I feel like he deserves to be called out. Where do we go from here? Where does Clay go from here, Courtney? You're the PR master.
Where does he go from here? He goes back into obscurity after the altar comes out.
When does that come out? Do you know?
Probably like a year from now.
I know. By the time when we forget about these people, and then
literally, we'll forget, and then they'll come back out, and then he'll have a moment, and then 90 days later, we'll move on to something else. You
Well,
know,
probably by that time, the new season of Love Is Blind will
maybe
be
he'll
coming
be
out,
on
and we'll have
Perfect
new
Match.
people. No,
Nor
no,
you don't want
no,
Clay on Perfect Match, yo.
no. I want AD on Perfect Match. I don't want Clay. I want AD to just be thriving.
The first Netflix Bachelorette.
Yes.
Imagine.
Yes. Because you know what I loved about AD? Not only was she like in this man's corner, literally talked him through every insecurity at nauseum because she loved this man. She was looking for him to be her husband. But also she was such a girl's girl, which I appreciated.
Yeah.
Like she was the one who was like, Sarah Ann, explain to me this conniving behavior because I saw the DM and I'm not down with it. And so that's why I just feel like AD deserves way more than Clay, clearly at this point, because she really not only is like somebody who is ride or die if you're my man, but also I got to stick up for my girls too. And love that.
And I also feel like AD was there for the purpose of the show, and I'm not so
Yes.
sure that Clay was.
No, Clay wanted us to think he was, but now
That.
clearly, if we had any doubts about his intentions, I feel like that's been cleared up.
Okay.
Fair.
Well, good luck.
Good luck. We'll see. We'll see you if you make it, but I'm not having
Not if you make it.
strong convictions about it. Someone else who, Courtney, this is going to be an interesting topic.
Sheesh.
Kanye West.
Lordy.
So his chief of staff for the past 2 years, that Milo Yiannopoulos guy, him and Kanye have parted ways, and it's kind of getting attention. It's in the headlines. He released a statement to TMZ saying, quote, I wish Ye every success in the future. I have some concerns about his new team and hope he proceeds with caution. Now, obviously, he gave TMZ a little copy of his resignation letter, and in the letter, it sounds like the new team who he has an issue with are the people who Kanye is getting into the adult film industry with. You guys, if you didn't know, Kanye is trying to get into adult films. He's partnering with Stormy Daniels' ex, which is the woman who is connected to Trump. And a source did previously tell In Touch Weekly that Kanye is, quote, hell-bent on making this adult film industry happen, despite people around him questioning it, which clearly that's true, because if he was like, I'm not giving this up, and now someone who's been putting up with him for 2 years just walked out, he's really making this his new thing. What do you think?
I'm scared for what Kanye's venture into the adult industry is going to be like. And I think about what that impact could potentially have on his children. Not the being in the adult industry per se, but we know that Kanye has a very interesting perspective on things, including art and entertainment. And who knows what this is going to look like and be. If it's going to be like digestible for mass audiences. Like, you know? So I'm worried. I'm trying to keep an open mind. Your team is like quitting on you. What have they seen?
Right.
You know, that's kind of like the question that comes to mind for me.
1000%. I think for me too, what's also frustrating is with obviously there's a lot of things about Kanye that are frustrating, but one thing that I just consistently feel like is he is the king of the double standard. Like he has sat up in so many interviews about how Kim over-sexualizes herself, her business, always clamoring about Kim, you know, being over-sexualized, what have you. And then you're going to turn around and be like, oh, I'm going into the adult film industry, which is fine. That is a multi-million-dollar, $5 billion industry. I'm not, you know, trying to talk trash on that. I'm just saying, how dare you drag this woman, and I'm not like a Kim Kardashian stan by any means, but how dare you drag her for showing off her body and then now say, oh, actually, but I'm cool with adult films and I'm actually going to get into that business now.
And also, Maddison, you married her when she was showing off her body. So, like, you don't like it now?
Exactly.
There's just like there's so many inconsistencies with Kanye, and I think that that's where the headache comes in. You know, because it's a bunch of nonsense. None of it makes sense.
No. And I also feel like the people around him are a lot of yes people.
Mm.
And so it's rare that anyone checks him, which is probably why this guy's like, I've been trying and it's falling on deaf ears, so I'm out of here. Which I would do the same. I mean,
Time is money, Maddison.
Yeah, I'm not sticking around for somebody that I'm trying to help if you're not listening to me and not valuing my opinion. I got to go somewhere else.
Because then it becomes like, it probably feels like talking to a brick wall.
Oh, absolutely.
And who wants to do that? That's a headache.
That's a headache. And honestly, I can't imagine going into business with Kanye. I think that would be a roller coaster of emotions that I am not trying to get on.
You would have to be the kind of person that would just be like, you do it, and let him just take full control, and you just take.
That's what I'm saying.
Because like
you have
your
to be
input
a yes
is going to
person.
get thrown to. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, thank you.
Right.
But we'll wait and see. But it looks like Kanye is forging ahead with this new business venture. So everyone, prepare yourselves.
Good luck.
Emotionally, physically, mentally.
Mentally.
Now, Courtney, one of my other favorite topics. If I didn't think that Joe Jonas was one of the worst people ever before today,
dang it,
I think it even more. I know you've been trying to convince me that we should give him a redeemable
That's a good
chance.
looking man.
No. Sophie Turner did her first interview since her divorce with Joe Jonas, and I am still out for a vengeance. So she was speaking to Vogue UK. She's on the cover. She looks incredible. And she opened up about how the reports about her being a partier affected her, which you guys remember right after news broke that Joe Jonas filed for divorce. Mysteriously, all of these reports started popping up about how Sophie was out and partying and getting wasted, and Joe's such a homebody, and they just don't agree on that. Big lies, even though he's hammered on stage, but okay. Anyway, Sophie said that these reports really brought her down. She said, quote, I mean, those were the worst days of my life. I remember I was on set. I was contracted to be on set for another 2 weeks, so I couldn't leave. My kids were in the States, and I couldn't get to them because I had to finish Joan, and all these articles started coming out. So imagine all this slanderous material about you, and you are on set and you can't leave? Oh, I was pissed when I read this. I was like, the upper lip sweat, this man. Okay, Sophie went on to say it hurt her because she tortures herself over every move she makes as a mother. She said mom guilt is so real and that she just had to keep reminding herself that she's a good mother and that she's never been a partier, which thankfully the internet also did for her too, because all those old clips started popping up. She also opened up about her and Joe's early back and forth over their kids, because remember, she had to file a lawsuit because he was not handing over their passport so she could take them to the UK. She said, quote, there were some days I didn't know if I was going to make it. She said that she would call her lawyer saying, I can't do this because she's not good at standing up for herself. And Sophie said after about 2 weeks of her being in a rut, her lawyer reminded her that she's fighting for her children. And that's kind of what snapped her out of it. She said, quote, once someone says to me, do it for your kids, I'm doing it. I wouldn't do it for myself, but I'll find the strength for them.
Come on, mother.
Ugh.
That's unfortunate that she's being treated that way.
Thank you.
And I don't like it. I really don't.
I'm just saying.
It sucks that these parents are going head to head. What's his side of the story?
His side of the story is that he was trying to do a little PR smear campaign of Sophie Turner, and it backfired.
He said she's never home and she's a drunk.
Meanwhile,
they said,
she's working. Meanwhile, fully on set, getting a paycheck to provide for your family.
Dang
the
it.
audacity of this man.
How dare you attack that woman?
Again, and I'll say it again for those in the back, he was drunk on stage multiple times while they're touring. And yet you're going to sit up here and literally make this woman feel bad about herself.
See, that's why I've always stand little Nikki Jonas. Period. Always been my fave. You know them other ones.
I actually knew Joe was problematic this whole time.
I said, listen, Nick Jonas, get behind me. I won't let them say nothing about you. The rest of y'all, Kevin too, get him. But little Nikki Jonas, no, he's fine. He ain't do nothing.
No, and he has it. He loves Priyanka. They seem fine.
Oof.
Everything's good. But I don't know why this just gets me so heated. I think because I just feel for Sophie Turner. I can't imagine saying those things about you and then you literally can't do anything. And also we know Taylor was on Sophie's side, so I think that fuels a little bit of my hate fire as well.
We know Taylor be on the right side of history, so.
I mean, the fact that Sophie was going through this and then Taylor said, girl, let's go to dinner and we're going to walk in front of the paparazzi so that man knows which side of the fence
Oh, when
I'm
she had the
standing
good
on.
boot on, girl?
Yes, you know
Yes.
exactly what I'm talking about. And we were all like, oh my God, they both hate Joe Jonas. This is iconic.
Joe.
I know. Sorry, Courtney. I knew that you would not be happy about this, but
You know what? This is
we
what
had to discuss.
Joe, we got to help you now, Joe. That's what you got to do.
Give him a plan.
Are they off tour? The Jonas, but I think they off tour.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't check on
This
them
what y'all got to
anymore.
do. Joe, by July, we need the first single from the new DNC album to drop. It needs to be an undeniable #1 hit banger. We won't even be thinking about Sophie as soon as that drops. And we need the album to drop in the fall. It needs to be an undeniable beach hop, like bangers. Only 13 songs. 8 of them have to be hits. And then we need an apologizing ballad, maybe on like the second to last song, right? That's the redeeming song. And then, girl, we good.
I really need the ballad to like take a lot of responsibility. Maybe a little shaky voice on the end. So I know
shaky voice.
Oh, absolutely. I'm really gonna need him to pull it out because he's about to be on the Jump Punch in Public list, like for real. And once you go on there, you don't come back. It's bad for you if you get on that list.
Can I just say, unrelated, but speaking of lists, Shawn Mendes, he's come off of mine now that I've seen this photograph of him shirtless in the New York City recently on the Pop Crave. Have you seen it?
No. Is he?
He's just randomly shirtless in New York, and just like, the chest hair is chest hairing. The hair
too
curls
much chest hair?
No, never too much chest hair. Never, not for me. Never too much.
Okay.
But it's just like, just like a casual, sweaty Shawn Mendes just hanging out in the park moment. And I love to see it. So because of this photo, he can come off the list for now.
Yeah,
The first single will be the deciding factor for sure.
Is he working on music?
I think so.
Okay.
He took a picture recently with like somebody.
I think saw that on a bench.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw that and I was like, oh, Shawn Mendes is still.
He's out on the bench.
Chilling. Yeah.
He said, I'm here, I'm shirtless, and I'm straight. So I support it for now.
I like how you added that at the end.
What? Maddison.
Courtney?
Listen. He's here, he's shirtless, and he's straight in New York City. Welcome to New York.
Welcome to New York.
That's what the picture said to me.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
You kill me. Honestly, shout out to Shawn Mendes. I saw Camila still rocking the blonde, which
Maddison, the gays are divided.
On the blonde?
Their gays are just divided on Camila and the new music and the era and the aesthetic change. Mm-hmm. Some of them are like, you always want pop divas to give us eras and aesthetic and change it up, and as soon as someone does, you don't like it. No. It's just, it feels like a costume and not in a good way.
Yeah, I agree. She was in WeHo somewhere recently.
Girl, let me not drag Lance. I love Lance, but they had the gays.
Because I saw
up in
on
Heart.
Mason's Instagram story. Oh, was it at Heart? Okay.
Girl, it was hard. They had them gays packed up like sardines in Heart.
It looked
so that Lil Nas X, who I love, and Camila, who I don't, could throw condoms out in the crowd.
Lil Nas X was there too.
They have a song out together.
Oh yes, I did see that. I saw her dancing to it on TikTok.
I said, y'all not throwing PrEP pills? Y'all not throwing Doxy pep? Y'all, we need y'all to step it up. If y'all really wanted to be progressive, y'all needed to start throwing out 3-month supplies of PrEP pills.
Courtney's like, what do you want people to do with this? We could buy this ourselves.
I'm not saying condoms are not effective. They are effective. I'm just saying a lot of gays that I know are on the PrEP and the Doxy Pep. And I know a lot of gays that need to be on the PrEP and the Doxy Pep. So if they were just killing 2 birds with 1 stone, that would be helping the community. But you know what?
Yeah.
Help is help. Safe sex is still safe. Use protection. However you choose.
Absolutely. The last thing I'm going to say about Camila, and I forgot to tell you this when we were recapping about our weekends, but we were playing Heads Up in Line at Disney, and we were doing like a pop culture one, and Camila Cabello came up, and my sister goes, The girl who you and Courtney hate. I was like, Camila Cabello. I knew immediately.
Period.
Which, like, not hate. Obviously, we don't hate anyone, but
I don't hate Camila Cabello.
But we just don't like
chill.
her. And I just thought it was so funny that the first thing my sister thought of when she saw Camila Cabello was the fact that you and I both don't like her. I was like, and I knew immediately. I was like, oh, Camila Cabello.
And you know, Maddison, I would be able to maybe give her a thin bologna slice of leeway if like the music was good.
No cheese. Just a
And
thin slice of bologna.
Girl, Oscar Mayer. And the music is not hitting for me personally yet. Maybe the album would be decent. I doubt it.
I feel like we're dropping a lot of singles, which always is.
We have it's 2, right?
Oh, is it only 2? I don't know.
She dropped the I Love It
everywhere. I just feel like she's everywhere. We're only
the sunglasses on and the blonde.
And the roots.
We got I Love It and the Lil Nas X song.
Oh, okay, so it's only 2.
And then the Lil Nas X song, I'm, she's experimenting, and I do give her credit for that.
It's not easy to cross genres. Beyonce and Taylor Swift are 2 that just do it seamlessly, and I get it's not easy for everybody.
And I mean, we got a Charlie XCX album coming out, so I mean, I know where my money's going. That's just me.
I mean, people have been
saying
Camila tried to.
And her album is called like CXOXO.
Take a few ideas. Oh, that's cute.
It's not okay, girl. XOXO to you too, the Joker. Like
XOXO to you too.
Like, okay, girl.
I am dead. Okay, Courtney, last thing that we need to discuss before we put it in the teapot. So if you guys, whether you watch or listen, on the last episode, Courtney and I found out about Justin and Hailey Bieber's pregnancy mid-recording. And since then, we obviously, Courtney, have a lot more information. As soon as those 2 posted their pregnancy announcement, it was ears to the ground. So TMZ people and Entertainment Tonight all report that Hailey is about 6 months pregnant. So she's pretty far along. Will be due later this summer, if these people are correct, which, I mean, if we're consistently hearing that, I feel pretty secure in saying that. The Biebers were seen in LA earlier this week, and people are saying Hailey's bump didn't look as big in the photos when they were seen in LA, but I think it's just because she was wearing like an oversized blazer. She wasn't wearing the tight little dress. There was a rumor that they're having twins. They are not having twins, everybody. So sorry to disappoint. Sorry, Courtney. Sorry. People literally, people thought this because Justin's mom commented on Hailey's dad's Instagram being like, we're going to have the cutest grandbabies ever.
Now why would you say that?
I know. And I'm also like, I think she was speaking in a generality. She clarified that later. She was like, I was just saying, like, if we're blessed to have more than one grandchild, they're going to be cute. But I was like, oh, girly, you know how the internet works. You can't be throwing the term babies out there without people losing their damn mind.
Lordy.
Also, a source told People magazine that Justin and Hailey do have a name picked out. They're working on a nursery. The baby is going to be Justin's next project.
Oh. Okay.
And also, for everyone who said the rumors of the rough patch were fake, that is not true. A source told Us Magazine that Justin and Hailey, quote, have gone through hard times recently, and this feels like the light at the end of the tunnel. The insider went on to say, quote, it was everything they needed. They decided to renew their vows to embrace a new chapter together. They wanted to renew and restore their faith in God together and in their relationship. It was a new commitment and a fresh start for them as a family of 3. So they did go through a rough patch, but now they're on the other side.
All right. So Justin's album of lullabies when?
I don't think it's coming.
What do you mean?
Because that source told People this is Justin's next project. I feel like that means no new music is coming for a while because he's going to be focused on the baby.
Okay, that's fine. That's acceptable.
I know, but I know you've been waiting for him to make a little bit of a comeback.
I think so. Like we should at least get an album of lullabies, an EP, 5 songs, 5 lullabies,
of lullabies,
5 Christmas lullabies. That gives him enough time.
Because
Christmas is kind of like his season a little bit too.
That's true. He does have the Christmas song.
Him, Ariana, and Mariah.
Mm-hmm. And Taylor has Christmas Tree Farm.
Yes, but they have put out projects.
That's true.
And Mariah is obviously, she
I mean,
thaws after
Mariah is
Thanksgiving.
the queen of Christmas.
Yes.
Nobody can argue that.
Can I be messy for a moment?
I live for it.
Do you
Yes.
think it's interesting that, like, obviously, congrats to Justin and Hailey, but now all of a sudden we have this, like, Benny Blanco wants to start a family with Selena Gomez news, like, coming out. That's, like, all over the news, like,
He-
between yesterday and today.
Yeah, it's because he did an interview on Howard Stern. And Howard Stern was like, you don't want kids, right? Like, that's super far off for you. Like, you don't have time for that right now. And he's like, no, are you kidding me? Like, I love kids. I'm ready for kids. That's the next thing I want. And he talked about how much it was really cute what he said about Selena. He was like, everyone tells you, it's your person when it's your best friend. She's my best friend. But I agree. The timing.
So weird.
It just the way the interview came out versus the
Yeah.
news. And you know what I will say though that I kind of love about Benny Blanco? I feel like Benny Blanco is messy in the sense of he enjoys the Bieber pot being stirred.
Yeah.
So, and I respect it. And he thinks it's funny. And I think that's why he's so good for Selena, because he kind of has made her be like, who cares? Let them get themselves worked up. We know the truth. We think it's funny. So if anything, I feel like Benny Blanco's in on the bit. He's in on the messiness.
That's what it is. It feels like he's in on the bit.
Yeah. And I feel
like him.
I do too. You know what? I was a hater at first. I'm not even going to lie. I was a big old Benny Blanco hater at first. I was like, this man trashed Selena at an interview. I don't get it. Blah, 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 blah. I've seen the light. I'm here for it.
I want Selena to get pregnant, and I want them to have a reality show. That's so chaotic. That's what we need next. We need, what's her name, Raquel, cussing Selena out while she's pregnant. The internet gonna get on her again. And yes, we need Benny cooking up some good meals. Like, we want to see him feed her a good juicy steak, girl, while she got her feet up in the air, girl, like laid up because they swollen, girl. I think that's such a funny idea. If it was like a lighthearted one, like not like a dramatic, messy Bravo one, but like if it was like a lighthearted, the most like horrible thing is like, oh my God, the birthday cake didn't get delivered, or like, you know what I mean? Like, and he's got to run to the groceries instead of like having it delivered. Like, oh no, like, the steak burned. Oh, like I want that. 30 minutes.
I love them. I think that they are so cute. And and it was funny because during the interview, Howard Stern's like, so when are you going to propose? Like, announce it right now. Like,
oh my
whatever.
God.
I mean, Howard Stern was really going for the tea.
Howard, relax.
I know. And I don't like Howard Stern. I think he's kind of, ugh. But he gives me the ick a little bit. But I did appreciate him going for the tea. But Benny Blanco, you can tell though, he's down bad for Selena. And
I love it.
Is singing her praises. And he's like he literally could not say enough nice things about her. It was really, for me, giving like Taylor and Travis energy, which I love, obviously. And if you give Taylor and Travis energy, I'm gonna be here for you as a couple.
I'm ready for their double date.
You already know.
They'll do that when Selena's album's about to drop.
I hope so. They said, I don't remember who talked about that in an interview. I think it was Benny, because he's promoting his cookbook. Someone did ask, have you gone on a double date with Taylor and Travis? And he said no, but he did say every time he's run into Taylor, she's lovely to him. They get along, which I'm like, is more than Taylor can say about Justin Bieber. Because if you guys remember, Taylor actually never messed with Justin Bieber, even before the Scooter Braun stuff.
Yeah.
When he did Selena dirty the first time around, Taylor was like us and was like, we're writing him off. We're not doing that.
Because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
She got it.
She knew right away.
And also, I don't remember if I said this last week or previously, but Benny's sauce is good. The secret sauce.
No, you didn't say that. What is it?
Oh yeah, I tried it. He has like a secret sauce that they were selling through Postmates. I did a brand deal, and it's a full size bottle of sauce, and it's like this. It's like spicy, but it's like sweet. It's like a sweet flavor, but then like near the end, like it has like that bite. It's really good.
What do I eat the secret sauce with?
I would put it on wings, but not if you have a sensitive stomach, because I think it might burn you.
Okay.
Like, if you're not like a spicy food girl, like for real, then I would leave it alone. But I think it would be great on wings.
Wow. I might
maybe
have
you put a couple drip drops in your ranch and stir it up, even add a little something to your ranch. I love mixing up a sauce. So like a couple drips of that and a ranch, that would be really good. Shout out to you, Benny. You did that.
So good. It's so funny that we've talked about food like consistently throughout this whole episode because literally one of my thoughts this morning when I woke up was like, one of the best and worst things about being a tourist is how much we love food.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that as like from a trying to be fit for the summer standpoint, you know what I mean? Because and you're the same way, we as tourists we live for food. Like I go to sleep thinking about what I'm going to have for breakfast the next day.
Do you understand, Maddison?
Next level.
I work out every single day only to like get ready for this music festival to literally know for a fact that I'm going to eat Waffle House every single morning that I'm there. I need
Courtney,
a big bowl of grits and 2 sides of bacon every
that's the
single
only
morning
reason
while
I
I'm there.
exercise ever is just so I can eat whatever I want freely.
Like
and not look like
I'm
potato.
so looking forward to that. Just like thinking about these grits with a slice of cheese on top.
Yum.
2 sides of bacon and a good old Pepsi Cola or a Coca-Cola rather.
I love cheesy
and I'm ready to
grits.
go. Me too.
Oh my God, that sounds so good.
We need a
I've
Waffle
only eaten
House.
at Waffle House one time.
What?
In Atlanta.
One time?
And I didn't even really get to eat it because I may have been overserved. And by the time we got our food, I wasn't ready.
You was laid to the side, girl.
We've all been there, you know.
Yes.
It was an accident.
We gotta get you to the Waffle House, girl.
I know.
They be throwing down.
I do know their hash browns, every time I see them on TikTok, look so good.
Their hash browns are really good.
Like, and you can get them crispy. And okay, chef's kiss. Okay, sorry, you guys. Now we'll move on.
Sorry, y'all.
We always diverge to talk about the food, obviously. Mozzarella sticks to hash browns, to grits, and everything in between. Our tastes are vast. Okay, Courtney, let's go ahead and move into our final segment and
put it in the teapot.
Yes, you guys, please send us your submissions of what you want to put in the teapot. It can be personal, it can be celebrity related. Email us at toastedteapot@gmail.com. You can also send us a DM on Instagram or comment below if you are watching this on YouTube. Courtney, we did get an email submission from our country queen, Gabby.
Oh, come on, Gabby girl.
And here is what Gabby said. What I would like to put in the teapot is college and graduating and the 50 million projects papers I had to do at the same time. This is my final semester of college and everything is just stacking on top of each other. And it's like teachers don't realize we have other homework and assignments that we have to do. And then I have a homework assignment too after I graduate. Like, what is the purpose of that? That actually is, I would be raging about that. Yeah. And graduating in general. I don't know when you guys are going to see this, but I graduate on Saturday the 18th. So this Saturday. Gabby,
oh, fun.
Yay!
Congrats.
Congrats. And she said, I have flashbacks from my COVID graduation in 2020 and people keep asking me if I'm excited for this graduation. And it's like, I can't be. I'm scared it'll be a rip for me like the 2021 was. She said she's going to tag us in her grad pics, which please do. Congratulations, Gabby. That's incredible that you're graduating. That is. But I do know, obviously, Courtney and I have both been there. That pressure towards the end leading up to graduation does feel suffocating.
Yeah. It's a lot on you. But I think that this is your time to show and prove that you got it because life as an adult is always from this point on, and it's not a bad thing, but from this point on for the rest of your life, you're going to be spinning multiple plates to keep your life in order. And you got to get through this last little bit. And once you get squeezed out on the other side, you'll be able to sort of like take that breath and feel some weight off of your shoulders a little bit. Hopefully you got a cute little break where you could like, after you graduate and get your stuff turned in, you could just kind of like woo-saw for a bit. So we're putting all of the school BS in the teapot. Okay?
Yes.
Seal it away.
It should. It is near the end of the school year. I'm sure any teachers who are listening to this also feel the same. My friends who are teachers are like, the end of the year can't come soon enough. And Gabby, I know you're feeling it too. So everyone who is in school or somehow related to education, you're almost there. You're almost there. And then it's going to be summer and you'll at least have a little time to just breathe a sigh of relief.
Sleep in.
Indulge in champs if that's your thing. Go to Chili's and get mozzarella sticks.
Ooh, Maddison, I want a mimosa and French toast.
Oh my God, yum. Yum. Now I'm like, do I have breakfast again? Even though it's already in the afternoon. Actually, I will say at Disney, I had a pineapple mimosa. Courtney. Which I love pineapple, but it was delish.
How tropical.
It was very tropical. It was very good, and I loved it. It was delish.
Okay,
Highly recommend. Storytellers Cafe, everybody. Highly recommend the brunch. Okay, that is where we're going to go ahead and end things on this episode. Please make sure you're following us on Instagram and TikTok at ToastedTeapot. Make sure you're liking this video, subscribing to our YouTube channel, your notification bell's on, and also you're subscribing to us wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you're on Spotify, don't forget to participate in that Spotify poll.
Yes,
And
cool.
also, you guys, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at I am Maddison Hill, and on Snapchat at Maddison Hill 93.
You can follow me at Courtney Revolution on Instagram and at Court Revolution on the TikTok, the Twitter, and the Snippety Snapchat as well.
Yay! You guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.